What if the most transformative move of the NBA offseason slipped under the radar, far from the spotlight, and away from headline-making superstars? Warriors fans, get ready, because today we break down a scenario that's gaining steam in league circles. The potential for Golden State to make a play for Houston's overlooked but immensely talented forward, Jabari Smith Jr. With summer approaching and the Warriors' playoff shortcomings exposed for all to see, the front office faces critical choices. Can a trade for a rising talent, still searching for a true NBA home, be the bold swing that restores Golden State's championship edge? Join me as we unravel the facts, examine the rumors, and speculate on why Smith may be the key to a new era at Chase Center. Seeking the next great piece, let's rewind to last month. The Golden State Warriors, after a season of ups and downs, find themselves in a brutal playoff dogfight with the Houston Rockets. It's physical, it's tense, and most importantly, it exposes a glaring weakness in the Warriors' front court. Despite Steve Kerr's persistence in running Draymond Green at center, a move that's defined a generation of Golden State basketball, the cost in size and rebounding is clear. While Draymond's versatility continues to anchor elite lineups, teams with young, athletic bigs like Houston are starting to find ways to punish these small ball units. The question now, as the offseason dawns, how does Golden State reinvent their rotation? And could the answer be hiding in plain sight, buried on Houston's depth chart? Jabari Smith Jr., the forgotten star on the bench within the Rockets' youthful, star-studded roster, the former third overall pick Jabari Smith Jr. has quietly seen his status slip. The emergence of Amen Thompson has forced Smith to a bench role for most of the regular season's stretch run. He started only 2 of Houston's last 24 games. On the surface, that may look like a fall from grace, but deeper numbers tell another story. In Houston's first-round series against the Warriors, Smith averaged just 20.5 minutes per game, barely the 7th most on the team. Yet in those limited opportunities, he was uncommonly efficient. 10 of 22 from three-point range, an eye-popping 45.5%, 50% shooting overall, and nearly 4 rebounds a night. Critics claim Smith is underutilized, perhaps miscast as merely a role player in Houston's system. Rockets coach Ime Udoka has made it clear the offense won't be built around his mid-range game, instead seeing him as just another cog in a high-octane attack, an approach that may ultimately limit Smith's growing potential. Rockets' dilemma: too much talent, not enough room. Houston's organizational challenge is one every rising team hopes to face. Too much young talent, not enough resources to pay everyone. With Draymond Green and Alperen Sengun already locked in on big contracts, Smith is now eligible for an extension heading into his 4th season. Space City Scoop's James Piercy argues that extension talks could become messy if Smith's place in the Rockets' hierarchy remains uncertain. The Rockets won't reconfigure their offense to feature Smith, Piercy writes. They can't afford to pay him as a shot creator with so much young talent on the roster. The implication: unless Houston pivots drastically or needs Smith as a salary match in a blockbuster, they might be open to moving. A reported $20 million per season is the speculated price tag. Fair for his skills, but perhaps an overpay if his role is merely play fit. If Houston sets its sights on superstars like Kevin Durant or Giannis Antetokounmpo, Smith could be the asset on the Golden State. Why Jabari makes sense, let's shift back to. For months, Golden State has searched right complement next to Draymond Green, a front court partner who can stretch the floor, rebound at a high level, and provide switchable defense. Jabari Smith Jr. could be that. Unlike Quinton Post, who brings rebounding but lacks versatility, or Jonathan Kuminga, whose fits have sometimes been inconsistent, Smith is both skilled and at just 21, he's an investment in both the present and the future. Even with his limited touches in Houston, Smith has flashed the kind of shooting and defensive instincts that would complement Golden State's read and react. The idea is tantalizing. Envision Smith in a Warriors jersey, spacing the floor, for Steph Curry, scrambling alongside Draymond on defense, and growing under one of the NBA's most revered development. What would a trade look? Deals for recent high lottery picks rarely come cheap. Make no. It would take a bold offer for Houston to consider parting with Smith, especially with so many teams coveting young, versatile. The most likely, Golden State would need to be willing to move on from one of their own promising young forwards, Jonathan Kuminga being an obvious candidate, plus draft possibly multiple first-round. If Houston makes Smith available as part of a bigger play for a superstar, the Warriors could slot in as partner flipping their youth for a known commodity with big. From Golden State's end, this is a major but calculated. Smith's ceiling in Kerr's system is higher than what he's shown in Houston, where he's been marginalized by a glut of young. The risks and the rewards, make no mistake. This is not a risk-free proposition. Smith's averages, 20 minutes, 4 rebounds, solid efficiencies, are meaningful but not. He'd have to adjust to higher expectations, more touches, and a changing role nearly. The Warriors would also be banking that a new environment unlocks the versatility Smith displayed. But the rewards could dwarf. At 6'10", with a fluid shooting stroke, underrated passing, and enough defensive pop to stick on the perimeter, Smith checks so many. Winning organizations are built on taking smart swings, and this one could rejuvenate Golden State's timeline, marrying an aging core with a young, hungry. Why this matters, more than just a summer rumor, the Warriors, at a voyage and organization, cannot afford to enter another season with the same front court. Smith represents a chance to recast the team's identity, blend youth with experience, and regain ground in a Western Conference crowded with versatility. Yet the decision will spark should Golden State sacrifice future picks and a developing prospect for the hope that seems, or does patience with Kuminga and the status quo? A summer move, worth dreaming about as the rumor mill heats up and trade winds blow across the NBA, fans and insiders alike. Should keep a close eye on Jabari. The opportunity to transform his career, and perhaps the Warriors' competitive arc, is very real. Whether Bob Myers and company swing for the fences or choose a quieter route, this is the kind of high-upside move up. Do you think Jabari Smith Jr. is the missing link for Golden State? Would you be willing to move on from Kuminga or future picks to bring him in? Hit that like button if you're fired up about this idea and drop your hottest takes down. As always, we'll break down every angle the latest as this story unfolds. Out.